the Eastern world, it is exploding.
Hey BC, this is Luke with Hot Wax and Cool Vinyl. Welcome back, unless this is the first time you're seeing one of my videos, in which case welcome. My channel is Hot Wax and Cool Vinyl, and this is going to be the second installment of my record of the week, and some other cool things. At least I hope they're cool things. So last week we showed a record by a band called Stuff, and early advertising for the Record of the Month Club from 1928. So this week I wanted to show a couple of things, and I want to give you a little bit of a backstory first. Now we have a local radio station here on Long Island. It is called WPLJ. And when I was a young high school student in the late 70s and the very early 80s, PLJ was a behemoth radio station, and they sponsored just about every major concert event on the island, from the Garden to the Coliseum, Madison Square Garden, Nassau Coliseum. Pardon me, sometimes I slip into just local dialect, and I presume that everyone knows when I mean the Garden and the Coliseum that I refer to Madison Square Garden and Nassau Coliseum. I apologize for that. Okay, so what cool things? Well, they always would give out little tchotchkes for their concerts, and I was just kind of thumbing on eBay one day, and I ran across some stuff, and this is cool. This is a Cars concert, and now this is a cloth sticker that they would give out. In this particular case, it's for the Madison Square Garden 1980 December 3rd and 4th tour from the Cars, and you know, you would take it and put it on your notebook or things like that, and these were cool. They would give these out. So this is the Cars. I have a Sabbath, again cloth sticker, from February of '82, also at the Garden, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. This one is REO Speedwagon. This is from just says May 10th. Doesn't give me a year, but judging by the High Infidelity album, I'm guessing 78, at the outside most 79, I think 78 would have been the High Infidelity tour. And then lastly, this is cool, this is the Police at Shea Stadium in 1983. Now if you dig this stuff and you like this kind of, because I like this type of memorabilia, rock memorabilia, eBay, search bar, WPLJ, and there's a ton of them. Most of them are insanely overpriced. They were asking like anywhere from like $9 to $39. Most of these, if you're patient, you can have and buy for under $10 with shipping. So just something to keep in mind. And they have just about every band, every artist. Again, PLJ was a pretty behemoth player amongst radio stations on the island, and again, they sponsored every major band from Queen, Elvis Costello, as you saw, Sabbath, the Cars. Up there on my wall I have Styx, Fleetwood Mac, Supertramp, and Genesis. All cloth stickers, and it's just a cool little inexpensive piece of memorabilia, paraphernalia of the rock. So, on to the record of the week. We're going to go with a new wave album from a new wave band that is usually forgotten, and this particular album is one of their albums that's almost always forgotten. This is the Ultravox, self-titled Ultravox album from 1977. This one consists of Warren Cann on drums and vocals, Chris Cross bass and vocals, John Fox is the lead vocalist, Steve Shears on guitar, and Billy Currie on the violin and the keyboards. Tracks on this one are Saturday Night, In the City of the Dead, my favorite song on this album, and the reason I actually bought this album all those years ago. Life at a Rainbow's End, Slip Away, and I Want to Be a Machine. On side 2, it's Wide Boys, Dangerous Rhythm, The Lonely Hunter, Wild and the Beautiful, and the Damned. Finishing off with a band called My Sex. This is Island Records. Mine happens to be a German press, but that's what the label looks like. Giving probably about $8 to $9 is the median price on Discogs for this. So it's not a terribly expensive record. But if you like early new wave, and when I mean by early new wave, I'm talking 77. So we're talking Pretenders, the Cars, you know, even a little bit of Kraftwerk is influenced in this on this album. But the vocals are really, really strong, and I just like the band's overall take on music on this particular album. Now, I would suggest if you know, this album definitely is a definite for me. You probably know them better by Vienna and the song Sleepwalk. I think that was the Ultravox most popular hit in the US. I don't know what they did in the UK, but again, it's a great band, just pretty much a forgotten band. Actually formed in '73 under the name of Tiger Lily. I don't have any of their early stuff. I don't know if they even put anything else out at that point. But by '77, they had just kind of like gone, and they had pretty much found their rhythm, found themselves together. Had a really iconic new wave look for the '70s again. You know, that whole scare your parents if I walk out the door dressed like this look. Back cover is just really cool. Interesting album if you like new wave. If you and you don't, you know, early new wave. Don't confuse this with Human League, Kajagoogoo. Even A Flock of Seagulls is probably a little bit more 80s new wave than this. This is a little harder edge. Think more like The Jam. When as far as this goes, I mean, I'm almost hesitant to call it new wave. It is new wave because it was the onset of the new wave era, but it's not what we would consider, or what you would consider, you know, the standard of what we consider new wave today. It's early new wave. It's got a lot harder edge. It is still synthetic, but you know, that synthetic flow to it. You know, it's just a little bit more driven, both lyrically and musically speaking, than you would consider, you know, less danceable than what we consider new wave now. Again, Ultravox, self-titled album. Hopefully it's something that you'll enjoy exploring, and if you like the cuts, if you like new wave in particular, maybe it'll wind up in your collection. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, I'm trying to highlight records that may not be so very commonplace in the vinyl community, in an effort to hopefully let somebody out there who is looking for something new that they don't have. It's not going to cost an arm and a leg, and you're like, hey, you know what? I got Luke mentioned this album. Let me give it a listen on Spotify, and if I like it enough, I'll go buy it. So, have a wonderful day. Today is Tuesday. I'm not quite sure. That's why I hesitated. Have a great rest of the week, and hopefully, I did buy some new records this past weekend. Some James Brown stuff and some Sam Cooke, some cool stuff. I'm just kind of cleaning them and getting them ready, so I'll do a recent finds video hopefully this week as well. But I wanted to make sure I got the record of the week up this week, and I wanted to keep them short as possible. I want to keep them under 10 minutes. So if you dig it, leave me a comment. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know if you have that album. If you're really into music memorabilia like I am, and you dig this sort of stuff, I think you'll enjoy the PLJ concert logo stickers. They're cloth, so it's pretty cool, and you can frame them in a postcard frame too, and just kind of hang them on the wall. It's pretty wild. Let me know. Leave me a comment if you like what you see. Please don't forget to subscribe. I will reciprocate in kind as always. Have a great rest of the week, everyone. I'll speak to you soon. Cheers.